Capital 3-1 it finished at the London Stadium. Mohamed Salah with a brace, Gini Wijnaldum with Liverpool's third. Jason McAteer and Gary Gillespie alongside me in the studio. Gents, a good day.
Very good day. I think that the question was always going to be how did Liverpool follow up the performance against Tottenham, which I thought was really, really good. But that was the way to do it. That was absolutely outstanding. Dictated the pace of the game from the start to the finish. Got goals, the movement was great, the passing was great, and all in all, that was one of the best away performances we've seen from Liverpool.
Jace?
Well, I think
there's a point where you didn't think it was coming.
Well, firstly, I think if we just play at home and play our away games in London, we're all right. We'll win the league. Yeah, it got to around just after half time. I thought, oh, is it going to be one of them nights? You know, we've had a few, haven't we? The last couple of weeks they've played well, they've done all right, they created chances. It just hasn't, Lady Luck just hasn't been with us. It just hasn't run for us, or certain things have happened, and I just thought the longer this goes on now, I just feel it's either going to be a moment of magic or a mistake. So you kind of like just praying something happens, and then, well, we got the moment of magic, didn't we? And 3 unbelievable goals, 3 completely different goals. Salah's individual brilliance when he bends one in, and then one of the best counter-attacking goals you will see. And then the final one was one of the best team goals. You know, the patience, the movement, the passing, and then the little bit of initiative by Oxlade-Chamberlain, and then the creative bit from Firmino to lay Wijnaldum in. It was just brilliant. And then, you know, that was it. It was over, wasn't it? But it was a really, really good performance when you analyse the whole game. It was all about being patient, wasn't it? But there was a little part of me around that 50th minute mark that was starting to panic. But overall, good 3 points, really good performance.
I think the only upsetting thing, and from a defender's point of view, is like the fact you can see the goal. And they didn't really deserve to do that, because I thought they defended exceptionally well all game. Young Nat Phillips, you know, you've got to take your hat off to him. Thought he was outstanding, absolutely outstanding, alongside Jordan Henderson, against what was potentially a real threatening West Ham front three. But they never really troubled us in any stage of the game, I thought. I disagreed a little bit with Jason. I thought we looked comfortable. We were different in possession of the football. We moved the football far quicker than what we have done in other games. And I was quite confident it was only a matter of time before it came, the goal.
But when the goal didn't come, though, that says a lot about the players' sort of character, doesn't it? Because Jason is right in that it has been sort of frustrating in recent weeks. So they could have maybe, heads could have dropped, but they didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. But there was a different tempo to the way we were playing this game, as opposed to games in the past, the likes of Burnley's and the games before that as well, the Newcastles of this world. There was a different feel, I thought, to the whole attitude and the whole approach to the game. First time passing and then moving as you pass, people getting in good areas of the pitch. And if you keep doing that for lengthy spells, which Liverpool do when they're at their best, the opposition do get tired, and there is always opportunities that will arise, and that's how it worked out in the end.
We'll hear from Jurgen Klopp later on in the programme, but you imagine the 3 goals, and as Jason says, 3 different goals will have really pleased him, because they were so different, and particularly the second one, but then you didn't think it could get better, and then the third one comes along. They were fantastic.
Well, the second goal was just typical counter-attack football at its best, as Jason rightly says. You know, that was one of the best goals, if not the best goal you'll ever see on counter-attack. I think it was like 5 passes or something like that, and that's including 2 touches from Mohamed Salah inside the 18-yard box, and you end up scoring a goal.
What was the goal? It's my favourite Liverpool. I say it's my favourite Liverpool. I'm going to go ask you. It was against Tottenham where they break from the corner. I think it's Steve Highway. Is it Highway?
Going back to the 70s, Terry McDermott.
Yeah. So it was just so reminiscent of that. I think it's finished with a header, that one, isn't it? But it's so, you know, out to the left, starts from the right, out to the left corner against, and it comes back in, first time cross. I think McDermott scores the header, but obviously it was Salah this time, but it was very reminiscent of that. It's one of my favourite all-time Liverpool goals. The best counter, I mean, we talk about different teams being very good at it. United, we spoke about in the past, haven't we, this season, breaking, countering. City can counter it, you know. But that goal there.
We had one here last season, or 2 seasons ago, where like Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane were involved in it. It was a counter-attack. I think from a corner as well, which was quite similar. But, I mean, you know, the the pass from Shaqiri is really kind of what makes it, because had he taken a touch, then that goal doesn't happen, because he sees the pass early and hits the pass early. But then again, it's such a difficult ball to take in control that you just got to like take your hat off to Mohamed Salah. The first touch is absolutely sublime. Well, the
whole thing
from start to finish, it was absolutely brilliant.
We did speak before the game about Mohamed Salah and his love of scoring against West Ham. He seemed pretty satisfied with his afternoon's work there,
yeah,
didn't he?
I know you said it's against West Ham, but I think he's just in one of them moments. You know, I always think when he goes 2 or 3 games without a goal, his kind of body language a little bit becomes frustrating. He kind of tries a little bit too hard when sometimes you're screaming for him to lay maybe Mane in or Firmino or someone else in a better position. He knocks on the door, But I suppose that's him. I suppose he thinks as long as he keeps trying, it will eventually come. And then he gets his 2 against United, wasn't it? And then obviously then he's kicked on. He's scored a few more since then, and then today.
For me, Salah scores goals when he works hard. I know that sounds different, a little bit silly, but like when he works hard, when he does his his fair share of defensive work, as much as going forward, I think that is when he is at his best, and that's when he scores goals. And for a long spells, he kind of drifts in and out of games, but when he works really and he grafts hard down that right-hand side, I think he gets the rewards for that.
You said that on commentary, actually, where I think after he scored his second, he was back in our box.
He had a header in their own 18-yard box. He's winning back post headers to defend. I think that's when he's at his best, personally.